I like this guy's channel. I wonder what he thinks of me and Braille and stuff. I've watched him before. Zach Dowdy. Actually, my one interaction with him is kind of funny. Remember how I bailed on the drop-in on the giant vert wall?
How's the wind up there?
Okay, so we all know I went to this park with Janice. I thought I could drop in the vert wall. Man, when I look at it, I'm still like, I could have done that. I should have been able to do that. I'd never been able to drop in before, so I went in full confidence and smoked it.
Bad idea. Live and learn.
Live and learn. I did live and I did learn. I seen this guy. He posted this video. How to skate big transition. And do you see what is in the thumbnail? It is my ramp. And he's at the top. It is my ramp. Screaming on the inside. Nah, honestly, I was okay. It's my ramp. I own this ramp. Backsmith, how? So, just before we say Rick sucks, notably, doing a trick from out and up and back in is different than being on the top and going in. Doing a trick from here, grind and land, I think it's easier than drop in. But anyway, he has this video, how to skate big transition.
So a lot of times when there's a lot of vert on something, you do have to
Too
try
much
to
vert,
be more compressed and try to
not
let your wheels get too far off of the contact. As soon as you do that, it's more likely you're going to fall to the flat bottom. Something else I would mention too,
I did fall to the flat
when you're getting
bottom.
on the coping, you want to stay pretty squatted. Try to keep all your wheels on touch with the vert on the ground. You don't want to
I think he slashed it or whatever, but anyway, I commented on this. Can we get a tutorial on how to drop in that specific vert wall? LOL. And then he goes, dude, just watch your video plus subscribe. That was so gnarly. Damn, let's go. That's my only interaction with this dude. But this dude recently made a video called Burnside Closing the world's first DIY. And I'm curious to hear what he says.
Burnside Skatepark, it actually looked just like this ashtray from Independent Trucks. Literally, this is all that was there. I recently watched a video stating Burnside Skatepark is in jeopardy. It could potentially get demolished. With little information at the time of watching said video, I decided to make my way up to Portland and get to Burnside Skatepark. Since I hadn't been there in over 9 years, I figured it's pretty important to go check it out for myself. In this video, I want to explain what's going on with Burnside Skatepark right now to the best of my ability.
I haven't been back here for...
So good storytelling already. I wonder if he actually went there because of this, or he just said, I'm going to Poland and I want to make a captivating YouTube video. If he actually went because of this, shout out to him. That's like legendary.
At least like
but I feel like
years. Haven't been back
he might not have.
Any of the other stuff, you have this huge complex over here, like modern duplex type of situation. Last time I was here, that was a parking lot that you'd hang out in and skate before. So yeah, it's just, I'm sort of just like taken back right now. I spent the last hour just like taking in everything. It's so crazy to be back here and just like see how much progress has been done within even the last 10 years.
Built in 1926, the Burnside Bridge is located on one of the longest and busiest streets in the Portland metro area. Connecting two sides of the city, the Burnside serves as a critical lifeline route for emergency response.
64 years later, after the bridge is being built, skateboarders started what is now known as the world's first DIY skate park, Burnside.
There just wasn't much out there, so my dad was a carpenter and had access to some wood, and I was pretty crafty with it, so I made ramps. My buddies went down there on
what the heck?
I had a date.
Damn! That's crazy that there was just nothing there. I've never seen a photo like this before, and then some guy just built this original
lady friend of mine, and they went down there and made this embankment, took my concrete. We were going to do it together, but I was busy. It was pretty small, like 2-foot little embankment, and skated and had fun. So I was like, hell yeah, let's do this, and made another one right next to it that was a little bigger, a little better. I just kind of fell in love with it, kept the ball rolling.
Now there are many documentaries about Burnside and the history and how it got started.
I've never watched one.
All of that. I don't want to get too far into that because this video can get really long. I want to dive into the challenges that the skate park is facing as of right now. Keeping it simply put, the Burnside Bridge that was built in 1926, which is 98 years ago today, is not earthquake resistant in today's standards, primarily due to the pillars containing very little steel reinforcement, the same pillars that a lot of the skate park is built up onto today.
Soils under the east approach liquefy after shaking, accelerating the collapse of support columns.
Imagine you're just skating on the pillar and then it collapses on you.
modes of transportation, blocking over $1 billion in transportation infrastructure that relies on the bridge. The collapsed bridge blocks the main river channel, creating an obstacle for river traffic that needs to deliver goods or people after the earthquake. The collapsed bridge also obstructs the East Bank Esplanade.
What earthquake? That's what I was just thinking. Homie saying, oh no, after the earthquake, it clogs up the waterway. It's like, yo, we just had the earthquake, bro. We got bigger problems.
I-5, I-84, and the Union Pacific Railroad mainline tracks. With other bridges out of service, Portland is now divided by the Willamette River, leaving tens of thousands stranded. Emergency responders are unable to cross the river to aid victims. The Burnside Lifeline route is broken.
The Burnside Bridge is famous for having a unique feature below it.
What the heck? Is this... Did Zach film this or did he take this from someone? Because I'm going to say, how did he get this random guy here?
Park. The Burnside Skatepark was built by volunteers in 1990 who built it on city property without permits. It's a cool place to skate, but the park is built around bridge columns that would need to be reinforced if we tried to fix the old bridge. If we build a new long span bridge, it can be built over the park, preserving it for future use. We could even...
As much as I love skating and I love the history of the world's first DIY, you don't need to build a new bridge based around the skate park. If you want to build a new bridge, it's okay. You can demolish it. It had a good run. It was the world's first DIY. Everyone skated it. It was great. But now we got to build a new bridge. You can demolish it. It's all good. I don't think we should be building bridges based around the skate park. As much as I love DIY skate park, as much as I love skating, I think the bridge is a little bit more important.
Keep these old bridge columns to remind us of the old bridge.
I can accept that.
Of course, the park would need to be closed during construction.
Before we go any further, I want to mention another DIY skate park that recently went through a similar situation. Channel Street Skate Park started in 2002. The park was closed due to a freeway widening project for about 8 years, until being back open in 2022, which is one of the main concerns that Burnside is currently facing. There's a documentary coming out next year about Channel Street called Concrete Law by filmmaker April Jones. I had a chance to watch it myself and highly recommend you check it out when it is
Burnside
released.
was in 10X1,
Let's get back to Burnside Bridge and the situation at hand.
In addition to the time and cost savings, a full bridge closure is recommended because it would use less building materials and reduce greenhouse gas emissions and impacts to natural resources. It would also allow the Burnside Skatepark...
I actually don't even know which bridge is Burnside. Is it this or both? Or no, they're saying that's what they're going to build?
...and impacts to natural resources. It would also allow the Burnside Skatepark to remain intact and usable after construction. The temporary bridge option would require partial demolition of the skate park.
So the engineers have proposed multiple designs in the past 4 years, and as of...
Man, am I that cold that I don't really care that much? I mean, not that I don't care, but it's like, yo, homie, it's a bridge in a major city. Like, as much as I love the history and the origins of the first DIY and all the cool things that happened at the skate park, I think the bridge in the major city is more important. Like, I'm just being honest as a civilian.
A few days ago, after returning home from Portland, they decided on a final design.
Final design for the new Burnside Bridge, selected by the Earthquake-Ready Burnside Bridge Committee. So the design was actually voted on during the meeting.
Sounds like perfect time for a new DIY. Yeah, exactly.
Tonight, 14 people in favor, 2 against. The committee choosing to recommend the inverted Y design. The
inverted Y design.
V-Tower design came in second. The committee will next meet in November.
The timeline for this construction is going to change, but here's what Multnomah County is currently proposing.
This is a pretty good video, though. His video did really good and got a lot of views, and like definitely deserves it. This is a good topic and a well-made video. So shout out to him.
This is when pre-construction will start, meaning this is when the skate park has many different potential outcomes. In 2027, construction will begin, and they're saying it will end in 2031. Total length of construction and potential closure of the skate park is approximately 5 years, according to the city and what contractors are telling us. What contractors and what the city say will happen versus what actually happens is a blurry line, as we've seen at plenty of DIY skate parks in the past, like Channel Street being a great example of a really similar situation. situation. This is why many skateboarders are currently concerned about the whole situation. After watching a lot of public Q&A videos, I found that there is one specific Burnside advocate on the earthquake-ready Burnside Bridge Committee, which is great news because this means the skatepark officials will have better insight to the entire construction process, hopefully. Here's what the contractor said after a skater asked about the construction phase in a meeting about 1 month ago.
So as a contractor, we are very aware of the skate park and the need to be able to keep that facility open as much as possible. And I think we've had an opportunity to come down to that site several times already, and we'll continue to do that. During construction, we're not really at a place where we're able to talk about impacts because we'll be looking at some accelerated
Was he trying to do a 1 foot 15 there? He's just trying to kick the 50 and bail.
The overall east
Sometimes
side
the bail
approach,
looks like that.
We know that we need to keep you guys open as much as possible. I think overall, when you look at the structure, it will feel lighter underneath there just because of the nature of the long span, I think. So that might be something, higher above the park. Those are all, from an end use standpoint, great things for your environment. And we know it is a sacred place in Portland for sure.
Then another community member asked the straight up question that we're all wondering, which is, will Burnside Skatepark survive the bridge construction? And secondly, where is all the construction material going to be placed?
So I can answer the first question first. So absolutely it's going to survive. We're both obligated to preserve it and we are committed to preserving it. I was actually working for the county on the project when the
Homeboy just said they're committed to preserving the skate park, right?
skate park was starting to be constructed, so I've been kind of around ever since it was first being built.
That's cool.
And I supported it then, and I still support it now, and it's going to still be there after this project is done. And I don't know if we are totally sure where all of the staging is going to happen. We're still looking around.
We will need staging on both the west and the east side, but there are opportunities to have some offsite staging and support the project from the river as well. So we're looking at all of those things, but we will need some staging for sure on both the east and the west side.
Now that we have all the information that we could potentially have at this current point, the future is still somewhat unclear as to what will happen to the skate park during construction and if there will be any partial demolition to this.
Honestly, like, man, maybe I'm too negative, but I'm low-key kind of shocked that the people building the bridge are even like aware that the skate park is historic. I'm like low-key kind of shocked. I would have thought they just go, we build new bridge, okay, go. So maybe they're going good. They're doing well. They're integrating skating. Look at this, no bikes. You see that?
Skate park.
Yeah, I think filming here doesn't really do justice sometimes. It's one of those.
I was curious if he was filming. It's nice to know he was. Staging is placing materials close to where they are needed for construction.
Where park is really hard, it's crusty, it's intense. I think like footage doesn't do it justice how insane this place really is.
It's so hard to skate. I went there, I think twice, but I was injured both times. Wait, was I injured both times? I was definitely injured at least once. I think I went there twice.
See, like but every little key
it's really hard to skate.
Like you have to be on your A game. As you see, like you try to go over the pillar pitch jump, so it's like every little inch makes a big difference here. You can't just like, there's no way that you can do the same line over and over expecting the same thing. And that's like normally how you learn from skating. So it's a lot of, definitely have to put your time in essentially to like really figure things out, because eventually there's just like a commitment factor that you have to like add in on top of knowing how to skate a really challenging place like this.
What I realized is my injury was actually from the drop-in. Rick at Burnside, Braille T. Not getting that high up the pillars, but I had my torn shoulder. 10,000 likes for that. Damn. Damn. Can we see the kickflip 50 get landed? Homie's really trying. Oh no, he's not even trying it anymore. Skate will never leave you. Oh! Yo! Let's go! Yeah. Here we go. Now this is Zach skating. Ooh, nice. I think he's kind of like a transition skater, from what I've seen from him. That's higher than it looks up there. Damn, going with a no comply? Uh-oh. Song ended? We need more song! Zach! Where's the audio of the song? Too long silence! Chop this part out! Oh my goodness, what happened there, Zach? Isn't the transition much harder than it looks? It's really whippy. Yeah, it's really rough and whippy, and like what we said, it's world's first DIY skate park. So if you're used to skating the 10,000th skate park ever built, very first DIY skate park is not going to feel the same. Zach, we had such good storytelling. I feel like we're losing it a little bit here. I feel like we could have overlaid some of this skating over when the people were talking about the bridge. The bridge project.
It's called freestyling. So hard to get.
Do I think Burnside footage is usable actual video park because it's legendary? Yes, absolutely. But I also think you can use footage from a skate park. It's just the reason that people don't is if you do a trick on a rail that's made for skating, it's not quite as expressive as if you do it on a handrail that wasn't made for skating. But if you do a cool enough thing at a skate park, I think it's fine to use. It's just usually the reason people don't is because it's hard to make it cool. But Burnside is very cool, so it's easy to make it cool. You just have your trick in there.
Yeah, it's officially raining right now. Like, it's coming down. I don't know if you can really see it, but the bridge stays dry. That's what's really nice. So you can keep skating the bridge while it's wet. I'm sure like once it really starts coming down and gets a little more under the bridge, but considering that we're in Portland, it rains all the time, not during the summer, but now that we're kind of coming out of the summer, pretty rad that like there's nowhere else we can skate right now besides Commonwealth, the other DIY we did skate while we're here. But you know, just to show you, there's a lot of awesome reasons to build a DIY spot under the bridge.
I never been to the other DIY.
Guys started building on here in the beginning. Like obviously the bridge, kind of like there's this whole weird thing where building under a bridge isn't really city property or city property, but like they're not under jurisdiction. Normally it's like the transportation, whatever the transportation is in that city, it's their jurisdiction. So it's a double whammy. Like probably easier to build under here legally, and then also when it's raining like it is right now, you can keep skating and keep building, which is pretty nice. Like look at it's coming down. It's wet over there. I don't know if you can really tell, but yeah, we're definitely not skating anywhere else right now. That's for sure. We're staying here. As you can see, like this new stuff, it's getting wet. Like down here, all that stuff. All that stuff is definitely wet, but all the OG stuff, it's dry. Like, I mean, it's still skating right now. No problem at all.
If you happen to have any more information that maybe I don't have or other people aren't able to get to online, please let us know down below. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick little mini essay on Burnside.
That was a really good video, but what I would have, I don't know, is it my place to critique his video making skills? What I definitely would have done is like had a stronger conclusion, because like it kind of just goes to the raw footage of skating and then kind of fizzled out and didn't really remind me, is it going to be demolished? What will happen? I would have said like, the locals love this park and we want to keep skating here. We hope that this guy on the bridge committee holds to his word and actually does look out for the thing. We hope the staging doesn't make the park unskateable for 4 years while we're building it, blah, blah, blah. I would have had a little bit more of a conclusion. I feel like it kind of just fizzled out a little bit. But that was a pretty sick video. I feel like this is what people crave on like YouTube, is like videos that are actually like telling them something. Like someone would click this not knowing who Zach is and not really caring about anything to do with Zach, to be honest. They just say, whoa, Burnside's closing, like I need to know about that now. Whereas like if you just say, I'm skating weird board number 5010, no one really is going to just rush to click that. It's like, yeah, we know it's going to be hard to skate and you're barely going to do anything. Whereas this is like actually something that you really want to learn the outcome of. And I feel like we went on a fantastic journey. Shout out to Zach, actually. I'm going to post his link in the chat and you can go comment and say, wow, I really learned something.